Hi students, today we are going to demonstrate user creation with the help of a create user command, then alteration of a user account, that is nothing but changing properties of created user, and how to remove user account from the database with the help of a drop user command. As well as we are going to learn how to provide system and object privileges to newly created user. So let's start with that. To create a user in Oracle Express Edition, first we require one privilege, that is create any user privilege. So make sure you have login with system account or you have privilege to create any user. So here the username is system, so we can create any user by using this account. To create any user, we need to follow one syntax, that is create user username identified by password. So by referring this syntax, let's create one user. So here we are going to create user 1 and the password will be pass1. So let's create it. The query is create user user1 identified by pass1. So after execution of this particular statement, we can see the result user created. Now the next step is just to check whether this user can log in or not. So for this, we need to log in again with the help of what? This user1 user ID and by using this pass1 as a password. So here we need to put user1 and the password will be pass1. So we can see user can log in. But let's check whether this user can create any table or not. So for this, let's execute one query. Here, user 1 wants to create one table, students, having columns ID and name. So let's execute this. So because of insufficient privileges, this user 1 can't create any table. So for that system user has to provide some privileges to user 1 to create any object in the database. So for this we need grant command. So the privileges is, or the privilege which system user wants to provide is create any table to user 1. So to grant any privilege, of course, we need to follow one syntax, that is grant privilege name to user. So let's execute this. Make sure you have login with the system account. So statement proceed is the output. Now we will again log in with user 1 and we will try to create one table. So we are going to create this student table again by using this login user 1. So let's execute this. So no privileges on table space system. So let's discuss the concept of a table space used in Oracle. So basically, table space is nothing but what? It consists of one or more logical storage unit, that is nothing but table space, which collectively stores all of the database data. So each table space in an Oracle database consists of one or more files called data files. So now user has privilege to create table, but user has no space to store that. So that space is nothing but table space. The system user has to provide some space to that particular user. So as we have discussed, table space is nothing but logical area used in what? Oracle database to store actual data. So there are several table spaces in Oracle database. So some are system table spaces and some are users table space. So this users table space is specially for users, so that user can create any table and user can store that table into that particular table space. Whereas this system table space is for system operations. So there are system and SysOps. These are the two table spaces used for system related operations, not for user related operations. So if you have installed Oracle Express Edition in your machine, then you can observe in the C drive one folder is created, that is Oracle XE, and in Oradata and in that XE folder you can see this control is one of the table space. SysOps is also a auxiliary table space to perform system related operations. Then the next one is a system, then temporary table space is also there, then undo table space is also there, as well as users table space is also there. So now we are going to provide some space from the users table space to user 1 to store that particular table into the database. So here system related operations are with the system or SysOps table spaces. So you can see some Ora files are also there, some DAT files are also there. Okay, in the what? This particular folder, an Oracle XE, then app, Oracle in the product, then the product version, and in the server and in the database. So all these are the very important files, because of this particular files we can tune our performance of our database. So let's provide some space of a users table space to newly created user. So to make this users table space default for the user 1, we need to change properties of a user. So by using alter user 1, then the next one is a default option, table space, that is default table space will be the user. So let's execute this. So now the login is with user 1. So we need to log in with the system account, and after that we are going to perform that particular statement. So alter user 1, default table space is users. So now user is altered, right? But here we are going to provide some specific space or quota to that particular user. So for that again we need to execute one statement, alter user 1 quota, and the quota will be of a 4 MB on which table space? Users table space. So let's execute this also. So after execution of this particular statement, you can see the message user altered. So now user 1 has users table space as well as it has some memory area also. So let's check whether this user 1 can create table or not. So for this, I'm just clicking on the logout button, then login. Our user is user 1 and the password is pass1. I think it's pass1. So let me copy this statement to create table. Then we will also check whether that user can add data or not. So first, that user has to create one table. So now we can see the message table created, and the login is with user1 only. Then after table creation, let's check whether that user can add data or not. So here I am going to use insert into command for that particular students table. So here whether is this single quotation mark. So let's execute this. Now one row inserted. So this is how we can provide space to newly created user, and we can change properties of the user. So now if we want to change password of this particular user1, then of course we can we have to execute one statement, and that is nothing but alter user command, so that we can change other properties too. So to change the password, the syntax is alter username identified by new password. So let's execute this. Alter user1 identified by pass2 will be the new password for user1. So user alter. Okay. Let's check with the new password. Okay. So this one is the default because I have updated it. So invalid login credentials user1. The password is pass2. So here I have typed pass2. So see, now we can log in with the new password. So here user1 with the new password. And if we want to drop this user from the system, then or from the database, then the query will be drop user. So drop user1. But this user has created one table, that is students table. So obviously we are not allowed to delete this user directly. So we need to use this cascade option. Then only we can remove this user with its tables or database objects. So let's use this cascade option. It first deletes the table created by that user1, and then it deletes this user1 account. So user drop. So this is how we can create user. We can change properties of the user by using alter command. We can provide space to the user. Then we can provide some system or object privileges to a particular user, and we can remove the user account from the database.